Yo, what's good? What's good? Time right now is 8:27 and 16 degrees. Just finished training, went to the gym, had a very good session. An incredible session, in fact. I've been feeling so strong recently. They're just getting better and better, especially as my brain has been a lot more clearer and just waking up feeling better. And I will come to that in a second. But first of all, I wanted to let you know that recently I went to the hospital. I had an appointment to discuss about my testosterone levels. And I'd mentioned before on my channel, Instagram channel, you know, little private Instagram channel, just regular updates of what's been happening physically, potentially mentally, throughout my journey since going through cancer, testicular cancer, which I discovered in November. Obviously went through the whole treatment process and went on chemotherapy, which was followed by a, what do they call it? An ochiectomy, where they remove one testicle. And after the surgery, I thought it was just a case of getting back to normal life, you know, eat healthy and train again and get myself just, you know, slowly get myself back. And what I had noticed, which I'd been posting about, is during this time, every time I went to the scales, it was progressively getting heavier. A lot of people were saying, wow, like you're making so much impressive gains. But the truth is, it was not impressive gains at all. I was definitely putting on weight, but it was not quality weight. And after I left the hospital, well, while I was in the hospital, I went down to 91 kilos. And for me, that is light because my regular weight is normally 102 kilos. For many years, it was 100, but then over time, I steadily gained 2 quality kilos. But as a natural, I would probably say there's a point where you're not gonna make much more progress. But I was happy with that, you know, just keeping in condition, remaining strong. So in terms of putting on muscle, perhaps not putting on more muscle, but, you know, I felt like I was getting stronger each time. Anyhow, after surgery, things really, really changed. And so when I came out of hospital, I slowly started to gain weight, and then I got back to 100 kilos. And then there was one time I weighed in and it was about maybe 107 kilos. And I was like, oh shit, wow. Okay. I wasn't expecting that. And obviously, you know, after treatment, it's part of the protocol where you are monitored to make sure that you're okay. And part of the monitoring is checking your blood, checking your heart, the odd scan here and there, and blood pressure, and also weight. And on the bloods, it showed that there was lots of markers which were in the red. And I'm not even too sure like what they were. It was all gibberish to me, but many of it was in the red. And as I came out and came off chemo, the red slowly started to diminish and started to, you know, progressively switch over to green, which was great. You know, it was really good, really, really good. A couple of things I noticed was each time I went and they were checking my weight, it was increasing. So it was like 106 or 107. And then it moved up to about 112. And then it was like 116, and many times 118. And I think it got up to 122. And I'm like, what on earth is going on? Because I'm not really eating much different to how I have been for at least the past 6 years. My diet has been relatively the same. I know the sort of foods that will keep me in good condition. You know, I know how to do nutrient timing and the sort of training that works for me. But I found that I was just getting heavier and heavier and heavier. And somehow my stomach was coming further and further out. And also I noticed that my mornings were very difficult to get up. I was just feeling tired. And alongside that, I noticed that I was slowly starting to feel aches and pains in my body. And I was like, what's going on? And I started to read about it. And actually, before that, I noticed that periodically throughout the day, I would get this intense heat over my body. Just my body would start to heat up, and then I'll just start sweating. And I was like, what's going on? And it's like, I've heard of hot flashes for women, but I felt like it seems like I'm getting hot flashes. And as I'm speaking right now, I can feel it slowly coming on. So I may start to sweat in a moment. I don't know. It may go. But yeah, I was like, what is going on? Couldn't figure it out. And so when I looked online, it was saying that this normally happens when your testosterone is low. So I reached out to the hospital, the oncology team, and I said, I need to get a blood test. I want to see if my testosterone is low, because it said that if you have a, what they call it, an ochiectomy, I don't know, like a unilateral ochiectomy or something like that. Okay, I'm feeling the sweat coming along. There is a chance that your testosterone would drop. Now, when it was checked, it was seen. You know, I had a blood test and it was seen that my testosterone was chronically low, not just low. So, you know, on the low end of the scale, 300 is considered as like bottom end. What's going on? Sorry. Bottom end of, you could potentially work with that, but it's still not super optimal. You want to try and be around maybe 500 and above, really. Mine was sitting at 115. But before that, it was actually at, I think, 92. So low. It was like 92. I was like, I didn't even know that's possible. And they said, yeah, this can happen in some cases. Because of the chemotherapy, that probably just destroyed so many cells, including sperm cells and everything else. And the surgery was like, okay, now you're just like effed. So we had a discussion with me to then moving on to medication to help with the situation and start a cycle of exogenous testosterone. I can't remember the name of this particular one, but there were 3 different types they went through. The first one was a topical lotion, and the next one was a monthly injection at the hospital. And then there was another one, which was a weekly injection, which you would self-administer and have it prescribed by your doctor. So when going through the different ones, the first one was the topical, and the doctor asked me whether I had any children. I said, yeah, I have a daughter. And she said, how old is your daughter? I said, she's 10. And she then said, then I would not suggest topical lotion. And I said, why is that? And she said that with the lotion, it can be passed on to someone else if you are holding them. And if that happens with my daughter, it could affect her hormones and you could say artificially bring on her menstrual cycle very quick. So bring it on at 10 years old. So I was like, definitely not. No, thank you. The next one was the monthly injection, where you'd go to the hospital, and it was explained that I'd go to the hospital and I'd get an injection and then I'd leave. And I was told with that one, it's pretty good. And the only thing with that is perhaps the last week of the month, it would start to dip. You know, so it'll be good up until maybe the third week, and then the last week it will start to dip. And you may notice your energy levels going down, and all the effects which I've been having recently with, like, you know, the pains in the body, lots of brain fog. Where you read material and it's like, damn, I can't even focus. Just waking up tired, even if you've had enough sleep and sleeping much longer. Anyhow, that would probably start to come in effect around the fourth week of the month. Maybe even the third week it will slowly start to diminish, but the fourth week you'll probably feel weak. And then she said the last one would be weekly injections, self-administering, where you would do it yourself at home. So I thought to myself, me driving to the hospital, I don't really want to do that, to be honest. The less visits to the hospital, the better, because I've got so many other appointments in between where I have to go. And I'm thinking, another time a month? Not really. And the idea of it dipping as well, I'm just not too keen on that. So I was told that what they would do is prescribe it for me, and I would, you know, go to the doctors, I think every 3 months, to get the cycle of testosterone. Again, I can't remember the name of this particular one, but that was what was agreed. And before leaving, they said, okay, because your levels is extremely low, we're going to give you a shot of testosterone. They said it's going to hurt, but within 48 hours, you're going to feel much better. I was like, mate, don't care. Give me the pain. I need something. When you are feeling just drained every day, body is feeling achy, and I'm going to the place where I consider my second home, which is the gym. And you really can't focus and you really can't get into it. And every time you train, your body is in physical pain and you haven't even really started. It's demotivating. So she gave me this shot in my butt cheek, and then I reckon within the same day, I slowly started to feel a bit more elevated. You know, my mind started to feel a bit more clearer. And then by the second day, I woke up and I felt good for the first time in ages. Woke up, felt good, and went to the gym, and it was feeling nice. You know, I actually enjoyed it. I was like, oh my God, this is great. And then within 48 hours, I just woke up feeling euphoric. And this is the feeling that I'm used to. Waking up feeling great. And I'm like, this right here is what I've been missing. So I've been going to the gym and just feeling really excited to train. Just happy to be there. And because I don't even know where my test levels is at right now, but that shot definitely helped so much. And my strength has just been fantastic. And what I've also noticed is even after training, I feel like I can keep going. Like I'm lifting weights and I'm lifting and I'm lifting and I'm like, let me test it with a little bit more weight. And I'm just feeling strong. And I'm forgetting I have a home to go to. Like I need to leave and go home. And I just, it's so great to have a feeling where you're just lost in time because you're just enjoying yourself. So that is the reason why I've been feeling so good and like crazy strong. So once I go on this cycle, this testosterone cycle, it will be interesting to see how my body performs, you know, over time. Obviously, there are risks involved when you take any synthetics, but with it, we'll follow lots of blood tests. So I'll be having regular blood tests to make sure that, you know, all my markers are in the right place. And yeah, and like, you know, they're gonna steadily raise my testosterone to, I can't remember, I think the lady said about 600 or 700 nanograms per deciliter. And I was like, yes, please. I don't need any more than that. To be honest with you, I think I could even work on 500, you know. But as long as I just want to feel happy. That's it. I just want to wake up and feel good. That tiredness and pain that I'd been feeling and brain fog is horrific. It really is. So, you know, that's the focus. If I can work with less, so be it, you know, as long as I can just get on with my day. You know, I've got so many things that I'm working on a regular basis, phone calls, creating content, and just places I need to be. And when you're feeling tired and lethargic and almost like demotivated, it's just not cool. Not cool. So I wanted to share that with you. When I have my appointment at the hospital, I'll probably, and I learn what testosterone they'll be giving me, I'll share that with you to let you know what's the name of it, what type it is, because it's all new to me, you know. And I've always said in my posts that I would never take synthetic testosterone unless I needed it. I've always been open about it, just hopping on it because I want muscle. No, no. I medically need it. Now, if your testosterone is chronically low and, you know, you're doing all the biohacks you can to bring it back to normal and it's, or a healthy level and it's not happening, then it can be dangerous for you. I know that you can create like cardiovascular sickness, disease of some sort. I can't remember the details on that. And I'm like, mate, I don't need that. No, thank you. I don't need cardiovascular disease. So yeah, gonna keep it at a healthy level, regular checkups, and that is it. So I'll probably do a post to go through what I'd been prescribed by the doctor. And no doubt when I visit, they might give me a shot again and then say, okay, this is your prescription for, you know, regular treatment. So that's the update on that. If you got any questions, then please leave it in the comments below, and I'll answer it as much as I can. But yeah, that's where I'm at. So thanks a lot for listening, and stay tuned.